Basil is a yummy, versatile herb that is rich in antioxidants and offers a variety of health benefits. Today, I'm going to show you how to best take care of your basil and how you can make a yummy basil marinade. Last year I grew basil and I didn't do a very good job taking care of it and just kind of let it do its thing. So this year I vowed to learn how to just have healthier plants that were way more prolific so that we could enjoy. So I was pinching some of my basil plants and decided that I needed to show you guys this because I didn't used to know how important this was, and I would just let the basil grow until I needed it. But if you want like a really bushy healthy plant, you have to regularly pinch it. So look at this one here for an example. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, you can see where it's been pinched before and the plant just kept putting out really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch here, and then this down here is going to take off, and then here and here. These leaves are so big. You could actually like take those too. Something's been eaten on this one. This smells so good. Okay, one more. So now it won't go to seed yet. So you see here, this is where it's going to start trying to put out a flower and go to seed. You don't want it to do that because then it's going to focus on finishing up and producing seed instead of continuing to make lots of wonderful basil leaves. And the more you're pinching, the bigger this is going to get. I have seen huge ones. I've never actually personally grew them and had them myself, but y'all, this might be the year. So now I have to take all of this inside. Totally should have brought my harvest basket. Here's another one that needs to be done. This plant isn't near as big as that other one, but it will be. Now that we've pinched it, it's going to want to put out more. Today we are going to be taking this beautiful basil, fresh basil, and turning it into a yummy marinade that can be really used on any meat. I've only tried it on chicken, specifically chicken thighs, and it is definitely a family favorite around here. I discovered this recipe last summer and I used it fresh. Then I decided I wonder if it would work if I like prepped it, put it on the meat, and stuck it in the freezer as a freezer meal, and then, took it out to use later. Tested that out. If you watched a previous video of mine, I think it was the zucchini relish one, you saw me take that out to prep for thawing for dinner, and we grilled it up and it was perfect. So now my intention is to never waste basil again. We will prep these marinades and have them saved in the freezer or just put on the meat for a freezer meal if we're unable to do them fresh. If you need your basil to last longer, like till you can process it and fool with it, just grab a baggie and put it in there and zip it only about half or 2/3 of the way and leave a crack for it to breathe. It'll release the condensation. And your basil can hold up in a bag like this for close to a week and just give you time to gain your bearings to be able to process it. So I picked this, or clipped it rather, 3 or 4 days ago. And so now we're gonna make a basil marinade. So my intention this summer isn't to waste any basil. I'm going to fix the marinades, and so today we're going to fix it and I'm going to put it in a jar and we're going to put it in the freezer to take out to use when we're ready. So we have used this specifically for grilling chicken thighs, and let's face it, it's green. I was concerned that the kids weren't going to eat it, and the littles didn't like it, but the older ones did, and it quickly became a family favorite. So this year, my intention is to have a lot of it in the freezer to use in the off season. We made it the other day. If you were watching the zucchini relish video, that when I thawed it, and the littles even decided they liked it. So I hope this can become a quick family favorite for you guys as well. We are going to use the Ninja Today blender cup to whip this up. What I typically do is measure out all of the liquid stuff and then stuff the basil in last. And I eyeball the basil. It calls for 2 cups, but I'm going to eyeball it. And once again, I will link a recipe for you guys in the description box. So 1/3 a cup of avocado oil. This I get from Azure. And 1/4 of a cup of rice vinegar or cider vinegar. I don't have rice vinegar. I don't know that I've ever used rice vinegar. So we are using apple cider vinegar, which I normally have from Azure, but I'm out. So this is from Food Lion, and it is so much lighter than the other was. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that that's passing off. But anyway, 1/4 of a cup of that. Then 1/4 of a cup of a coconut aminos. You could use soy sauce, but it's like way more sodium, which is why I use this. Stand by. I swear I had a bottle of this already open. I couldn't find it. Hunted the fridge over. 1/4 of a cup of coconut aminos. 2 cloves of garlic. I'm going to skip that for a second. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. You want to use the real deal, y'all. And I eyeball this. This is going to cut through that vinegar. And you're not going to taste it. So if you're somebody who is like, I don't like maple flavor, don't even worry. You're not going to taste a maple flavor. It's just in there to cut through. 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. I use Redmond salt. Now I have to go back and get my 2 cloves of garlic. If you have minced garlic already ready to rock out, you can use that. And I've got this extra little baby one here. So I'm putting in more than 2. I tend to do that. On recipes that call for garlic, I tend to always put more than what they ask for. Garlic is just one of those things that's so stinking good for you that I'm like, we don't have to skimp on this, you know? Smells good, enhances the flavor. So why not add more? All right, so I think that's everything other than our basil. We did, yep. So like I said, I don't measure this. Calls for 2 cups of fresh basil. And so I'm like, okay, 2 big heaping handfuls. Stuff them down in there. Let that run down a little bit. And then I just pulse it. Want to make sure you get that garlic good and mixed. As you can see, that is very green. And it does smell like intense. But on the chicken, y'all, this is going to be your next family go-to recipe. So we're going to put this in this jar. This is like one of my favorite kitchen utensils. It's like this tiny spatula scraper thing. This particular one's by Princess House, but I'm sure you can get them at Walmart. It's flimsy, not really hard. I don't like the really stiff ones. And it does such a good job cleaning out little things like this. And I use this on like a big pack of chicken thighs. So I shared some with a friend the other day, and she's like, "That's a lot." And I'm like, "Split it in half then." Like I told her, I said, "I have found out that it does well frozen. So, you know, get a big pack of chicken and split it in half and, cook up one of them and freeze the other." Just can't stand rinsing all of that down the drain. We have to scrape this out the best that we can. Get all of that yummy marinade out. And there you have it, a yummy, delicious marinade for your next chicken cookout. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue following along with how our basil does this year. Our family appreciates you watching, and we'll catch you next time.